Hey, greetings, fellow nerds. I am a nerd fighting fat, and this is my weekly fat fighting update. My name is Mark. I occupy this planet just south of Salt Lake City in Utah. I've been the fat kid my entire life until I became the fat old man, and now I think I finally figured it out. And being a science nerd, we are busy when we're working to science the hell out of this. So I am doing alternate day fasting. I'm working out. I'm using supplements. I'm watching my sugar. And this is my update of my 37th week of being on Mounjaro to control my blood sugar as well as to help with weight loss. And I am currently on the 10 milligram pen. So let's talk about this week a little bit, my numbers. I got a couple swims in, I got a couple rounds of Oculus in, I did my two 36-hour fasts, and tried to eat clean and so forth. And well, sometimes you just lose 3 pounds. So I'm really happy about that. It was a good week, good week. So with that 3 pound loss, that brings my Mounjaro total up to 59.9. My overall total is 142.7, and my year to date is 28.4. And so, I set that goal that I want to be in the 300s by June, and so this is great progress towards that. So, um, you know, right on pace of what I need to be getting. So my blood sugar, I got the average down pretty good this week. I got it down to 104. I did have a high of 184. My fan brought me back a Roxbury with a metabolism booster in it, but it did spike my sugar a little, but it came down pretty quick. So it did taste good, but uh, well, you gotta be careful with those if you're watching your sugar. Don't have too many. My symptoms this week were surprisingly pretty bad, actually. I haven't reacted like this for a while, and I'm pretty sure it was related to this because I had it was the same time frame, so I take my shot um, the afternoon after I took my shot in the morning, and the next day, and a little bit of the next day, I was super super tired, and I had a lot of trips to the bathroom, and then the telltale sign that it is Mounjaro, I had the kind of the sulfur burps going on. And the only thing I can really kind of think that brought in the symptoms up so much is that shortly after my shot, my family was in town and they wanted to go and try a new burger place. So we went there and it was good, but it was a big, greasy burger, lots of, and I think sometimes if you eat a lot of fat, like right after you have the shot, I think that's kind of what maybe triggers it. So, and I had some onion rings as well, so I think that probably did me in. So it's probably my own fault with some bad eating there. But otherwise, pretty good week this week as far as the numbers went. So for my fat fighting tool this week, I uh, I got something kind of fun. So I got this big package on my door, and I go and I get it, and it's from LMNT. So I've showed you guys before how I like to use their their little packets of electrolytes to help, especially when I'm fasting. And anyhow, this was it was very heavy, and so I out of this box came this box, and apparently, and I don't know why they sent this to me. I don't think anybody's ever used my code. I'll put it in the thing again, but they're just they're just smart, they're getting people to try their stuff. So they sent me this box of pre-mixed drinks. So there's eight cans that were in here, and the flavors are a couple of my favorite ones actually. We've got the watermelon, the citrus, the grapefruit, and then one I've never tried before, which is the black cherry lime. So basically, they've pre-mixed these, and it says sparkling, so I'm guessing it's got a little carbonation in there. And so let's try one. Now, I will say this can with 16 ounces of water has a full packet in it, because this is 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And that is also what is in this can. So if you guys remember, when I mix these, I put it in like a 44-ounce thing of water. So, because I don't know. So let's see just how salty this is. So I've never had this flavor before either. So kind of, let's give it a try. It's pretty salty, but it's not too bad. I like the flavor. But yeah, definitely a little bit more salty than I normally drink these. But and you can definitely tell it's got some carbonation in there. So pretty cool though. It's a great option if you just need to grab something and go and yeah. So something fun. Honestly, a little bit more salty than what I would probably want to typically drink. But if I was just grabbing something to go on the road, and then I don't have to worry about mixing it or taking water and stuff, that's a pretty good option. So if it's something like that. So anyway, pretty cool. Very cool of them to send these free things like they do. So if you get their products, they sent me that sampler pack of like their new chocolate flavors, which are they're really good. That's what I would like to try in one of these, is the chocolate one. But anyway, pretty cool. So today I thought I'd just show you guys what I like to do when I make my protein drink in the morning. So there's a few brands of protein powder I kind of like. I like this Simple brand here. They're a local one. That is pretty clean. This Bowmar Nutrition is also a pretty clean variety. And when I say clean, I'm talking like not a lot of sugars added, those kinds of things. You got to be careful. Some of these will add a lot of sugar in them, and it kind of defeats the purpose. And then another one that's really good is this health code variety, and this one's actually really designed for your metabolism, and it includes, in addition to the protein, it includes some healthy fats and other things that are really good. You can see on the back here, and I've talked about this before in one of my fat fighting tools segments, but it's good stuff. So what I like to do now, when I do the health code, I just do it by itself. But when I do these other just more general protein powders, I add a few things. So I like to add the chia seed. And I like to add psyllium husk powder. So I add those so it adds some fiber. It helps with the GLP-1 issues, and then also I think it's good for you. I don't add a ton. I just have a little half tablespoon that I add of each one of those. I'll also add some brain octane if I'm doing it the day after a fast. Brain octane is your MCT oil, and so that kind of helps keep you in ketosis a little bit longer. And so I like to use that. Now again, I don't add any of those if I'm doing the health code. And then this last thing, sometimes I'll add this. This is just, I freeze dry raspberries and turn them into powder. And depending on the flavor, I might add some of this to it. But I'm not going to do that with these flavors over here. Like this one, these are a couple of my favorites. This is white chocolate peppermint, and so it tastes pretty good just by itself. And this one is a mint chocolate chip from the Bowmar. Again, really pretty tasty. So what I like to do is I have a Ninja Bullet, and so the way that works is it has these cups here, and then it has this guy that you stick in there, and then you turn it upside down and put it on the bullet. So I'll show you that here in just a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the white chocolate peppermint today. I'm going to put 2 scoops of this into here. Then I'm going to add just enough ice to make it cold. I'm not trying to make it a thick shake or anything. I just want it to be chilled. So I'll add just a little bit of ice, and then I'll fill it to water. I go just over the fill line. So it has a max fill line, but I kind of find that these protein powders, I'll keep like a couple air bubbles. So I'll fill it just over that. And then I will bring you back. All right, so I've added all that stuff into here. And then I added a half tablespoon of the chia seed, a half tablespoon of the psyllium husk powder, and then also a half tablespoon of the brain octane. And so then I'm just gonna screw this guy on. Again, I like it to be fast and easy, and so this is, to me, the easiest way to mix these. That's very fast, and it just there we go. Get that on tight, and then I just bring that over here to the thing. And you see, we just turn it upside down, and it just goes into the shot, to the notches, and then you just press down on it. And it does a really good job of mixing it up. And then we're just going to take this, screw this one back off, screw this one on, and you just drink it right out of that container. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. And that's just what I do. It takes less than, just 2 or 3 minutes really. And you're good for your breakfast, and you got a good source of protein. These protein powders, so this one in 1 scoop, and I use 2 scoops, has 20 grams of protein. And these others are fairly similar. This one has 22 grams of protein. So, and then this one, the serving is 2 scoops, but it also has 27 grams of protein, but then it also has all the other things. So anyway, just quick, healthy. That's what I like. Just simple. I don't have to think, and I can just have it. Okay, so for this week, I've got a small victory I want to share with you guys. So, those are the things that keep us going forward, right? So in our weight loss journey. So it's not always the number on the scale, but maybe a shirt's fitting us again, or maybe we took the stairs and we weren't winded. But this week I want to talk about Jeeps. So being a severely overweight, obese guy, sometimes when you get in a car, it's an adventure. And especially in the past, before I've lost close to 140 pounds now, or over 140 pounds. It was definitely an adventure at times, and the seatbelt sometimes isn't long enough, or your knees are so tight against the dash, and it's killing you. So anyway, I always wanted to get a Jeep. I want to get into the off-roading and overlanding kind of scene, and a year ago I couldn't fit. I didn't fit in one. It was just out of the question. And so I showed you guys the trailer we got, and I needed a truck to pull it. And so we went to the local dealership and just to see how it fit, and check it out. So you can see I've got like just about, not a ton of clearance on my legs, but about a half an inch. And you can see I've got about, I don't know, 4 or 5 fingers worth of headroom. So plenty of headroom space. And I've got, fit pretty fine. And I mean, it's snug, but it's comfortable. So pretty cool, pretty motivating. I've always wanted to get one of these guys, and yeah, so awesome. So pretty awesome, right? So a year ago that would have been out of the question, but now life opens up yet again. So motivating, really is. That's why I got to keep pushing on. More and more of these opportunities will open up. So if you do see me down at Moab, give me the Jeep wave, and I'll give one back to you. And if you are sizing it for yourself because you're a big person and you're curious, would you fit? Just for reference, I am 6'3", and I am currently 408 pounds. So there you go. So that's kind of a reference, and this is the Rubicon Jeep Gladiator truck. So that's the update for this week, guys. So great progress towards my goal, 3 pounds. Love it, love it. Enjoying that protein drink I showed you guys making. I will say that some people might not like the texture of the chia seeds. They give a little bit of a texture to it. Doesn't bother me, but the psyllium husk doesn't add any. So anyway, um, now, so I had a great week, but on the flip side, I suddenly have to go up to Boise for a couple days next week for work. So it makes me a bit nervous. We know what happens when I travel. Usually it's a train wreck. So I'm really going to try to be as clean as I possibly can. I'm going to try to have some biltong and some healthy stuff to snack on in the car that hopefully won't. Uh, I think really it's all about water retention. I think I just eat so many more carbs than I normally eat when I go on these trips that I retain a bunch of water, and then it takes a week to flush it out. So I'm going to do what I can to avoid that. So we'll we'll see how I do this week. Um, Anyhow, I hope you guys are also having great success and keep fighting that fat. Cheers.